Hey, Jonathan here, and in this video we're going to go over 3 steps for you to learn parkour without the fear of getting injured and without wasting a lot of your time, like weeks to months trying to get down certain moves. Because it can be pretty frustrating when you want to go for a move, but mentally you have this fear that comes up that prevents you either from trying it or from going 100%. And it can be really frustrating to have this constant fear of getting injured, and it can hold you back tremendously. So in this video, I'm going to show you a 3-step system for overcoming that, and it's called the training triangle. Now, if you're watching this video and you're like, hey, you look totally different from the first video I saw. Now you have a beard and long hair. The first video over the roll was we shot a while back. It's a great video, old school one. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've already started trying out that roll technique. And I want you to use the techniques that we're going to talk about in this video to apply to the roll you just learned, so that way you can learn it even faster, get it down, and not have to worry about getting injured as when you start getting more advanced with it. Basically, here's how the training triangle works. It's 3 different parts that make up this training triangle. So remember, you want to do all 3 of these, and you must do all 3 of these if you want to overcome fear and you do it correctly. Otherwise, if you leave out one of these, portions of the training triangle, you're going to leave out a big part of your training, and it's going to make it a lot harder. It's going to be a lot more of a struggle to learn these moves. So, 3 steps. The first part of this training triangle, the first step, is learning the technique. So, with every move that you're going to learn, and that's what we want to teach you as we go through these 5 days, we go through this course, is we want to follow this training triangle system. The first step is you're going to be learning the technique. Before you do anything, you want to understand exactly what your body has to do in order to perform each move. This is a big mistake a lot of beginners make because they learn the wrong technique, or they try to just go on their own, and which you can do, but you're going to develop bad habits, and then you have to recorrect them later on. So it's much better if you learn the exact and correct technique from the very beginning. So for example, with the roll, we showed you the landing and the roll technique in the last lesson. If you haven't checked it out, do that either today or as soon as you can. Once you've gotten the technique down, and understand the technique, then we're going to go to step 2. Step 2, and the second part of the training triangle, is the physical. So we've got the technique down. Now we need to be able to build our body, build the strength, and build the coordination, so that one, this eliminates a lot of fear, because if you're weak and you're not strong enough to perform the move, you're not going to be able to perform it. So that's where these 2 come together. So you have to learn the technique, and then you need to learn the physical conditioning exercises to build the strength and build the muscle for this move that you're trying to learn. So for example, with the landing and roll, I'm going to put a video on the page down below. I'm going to link to a video that you can check out, where we're going to show you a simple ballet technique, which might sound kind of crazy. That's ballet can play such an important role, but this technique has really improved my jumps and my landings, and that's what I'm going to share with you. It's a simple exercise you can do to build your joints, build your leg strength, so that way you can absorb the landings much easier. And it's going to make the landings and rolls so much easier when you build the strength. So step 1, technique. Step 2, build the physical. We're going to build the strength. And then step 3 of the training triangle, the third portion of the training triangle, is the mental side. So these are things that are going to help you overcome those mental blocks, those irrational mental fears, because once you have the technique down, you know what you need to do, you have the strength down, so you know you have the strength to do the move, then there's really no reason you shouldn't be able to go for the move. But if you've experienced this like me and my brother have, there's always these irrational fears that come up that you're going to get injured, things like this. And that's where the mental part comes in. And the mental part is doing things like this. So for example, just simple body language can make a big difference on how you feel and whether you can actually commit to the move. So if you have your shoulders turned in like this, you're facing down, you're not smiling, you're kind of depressed, that's going to affect your ability to move physically and your ability to perform the move. So it's really important that you're aware of this, aware of the small little things that you can do to raise your confidence and raise yourself mentally. So you want to pull your shoulders back a little bit, raise your head up, be confident, enjoy yourself, smile a little bit, have a good time. Another thing is choosing a good location that you're comfortable in. You probably don't want to be around a bunch of people where you're not focused mentally on what you have to do. If you're in a different place mentally, you're probably going to screw up and you're probably going to get injured. So it's really important that you're in a location that you feel safe, you feel comfortable, you have grass like this, or you're at a gym where you can try these moves and not have that mental side screw you up. Another thing on the mental side, and this is probably the biggest one, and this is what we're constantly going to teach you as we go through this and in the next weeks and months, especially if you go through further training with us, is we're going to show you simple progression steps to learn each move. So you've learned the technique, you have the strength down, then we're going to show you progression steps so that we can easily, gradually build into each move. So that way it's not as daunting, it's not as crazy if you're breaking down the moves into a smaller thing. So for example, with the Kong vault, instead of just going for the Kong vault once you know the technique and you've built the strength, we're going to do simple progressions like this right here, where we start off on the ground, you're building the technique, you're getting comfortable, and you're building confidence. And that's what we want to do for the mental side. This is all about building confidence, getting rid of those mental blocks that you shouldn't have. So this video went kind of long, it's kind of lengthy, but it's a really important video. And so what I want you to do is apply this train triangle in the next sessions that you're doing. I want you to start using this train triangle as we go through this course, and you're going to notice a big difference in your ability to overcome fear and learn these moves much faster. So stick with us tomorrow. I'm sending you another lesson. Make sure to stick with us this whole week because we've got a lot of great lessons, and I want you to learn parkour as quickly as possible and as safely as possible, and you can do it if you follow what we teach you. Because me and my brother start off in the same area that you're at, and we didn't have a background in anything, any gymnastics, martial arts, or anything like that. So if we can do it, you can do it too. And I'll see you in the next video.